This is what a homeless encampment at Northgate Way and Corliss Avenue North in Seattle looked like last December. The source of problems like fires, according to neighbors there that we talked to back then. But almost a year later, that encampment now removed. Fenced off, the area cleaned up.
I'm looking forward to it. It's like quiet.
The King County Regional Homelessness Authority announcing that this was done under Governor Inslee's right-of-way initiative, which aims to remove encampments on state property near roadways and house those who lived there. The statewide program started in Seattle back in June.
I think it's the way they're doing it's the right way, you know, because they have alternative places for all these people to go to, supposedly. I mean, you know, you would hope.
And that is the hope for some residents, but also frustration for others who don't agree with how this is being carried out and say there isn't enough appropriate shelter for those living in encampments like this one.
Congregate shelters is not an option for a lot of people because they're disqualified or have trauma, and that won't serve them well. And so if the option is to get a bed in a congregate shelter or be alone on the street, a lot of them will prefer to be alone on the street out of trauma.
So, as more cleanups happen, is the next step, housing and services, also happening fast enough?
We demand an end to homelessness, and we demand an efficient way to do it.
A couple of weeks ago, Governor Inslee and Mayor Bruce Harrell toured a tiny home construction company in Seattle, hoping that scaling up builds like this can make a dent for the cleanups being done in their new programs to then get people housed and not just move them around without services.
And we're building them all across the state of Washington with some of the $800 million that we've appropriated. We are moving the needle. Tents are getting off our right-of-ways, and we're making progress on this. But we've got to accelerate that progress and have it as efficient a system as we can.
Absolutely. Hi there, Michelle. And Tacoma Police just in the past couple hours told me they will be looking into whether their case could be connected to what happened here. Meanwhile, the Green Lady here in Olympia still picking up the pieces after that devastating break-in. They are still open, even though you could see the entire front is boarded up. The Green Lady Cannabis shop in Olympia got back to business less than a day after burglars smashed through the wall of the store. Surveillance footage shows multiple suspects jump out of the white vehicle to take hundreds of dollars worth of product on the wall before the store manager says they fled in a second vehicle.
Just overwhelmed, the amount of glass, the product everywhere. I'm surprised there was not water because of our water jugs, and it was just police and chaos.
They left an expensive trail of destruction all in about 45 seconds. Store manager Bailey Beckett says law enforcement explained what happened next.
We're seen going about 130 miles per hour down I-5. They were able to capture the license plate, realizing that that was a stolen vehicle.
The quick burglary happened in a similar fashion to Friday's smash and grab at Zips Cannabis in Tacoma. The suspects only went after the merch, and tonight Tacoma police say they will be looking into whether they can connect these two cases. A security guard at the Tacoma store shot one of the suspects before police said they got away in 2 stolen vehicles.
It's dangerous. Nobody wants to get hurt.
Beckett believes pot shops are targets because people may assume they have cash on hand and offer some open access to the product which thieves could then sell. Beckett says securing their merch elsewhere is neither feasible nor convenient, but this mess does have her thinking of new security strategies she never imagined she would need.
I think we're considering asking the city about precautions that we can do outside of the store, maybe some like posts, like cement blocks, kind of making it so cars can't gain entry via the windows.
Yeah, well, Steve, when we spoke with the owner outside of the Metropolitan Banquet Hall, he was telling us that they were just hosting a Halloween party inside, but it was out in the parking lot where he says things started to turn sideways. It may look like a regular day preparing for an event at the Metropolitan Banquet Hall in Renton, but last night it was far from normal.
Somebody was smoking in the restrooms. I had to tell everybody to leave, to evacuate.
Because according to owner Julian Arazo, who didn't want to show his face on camera, the smoking set off their fire alarm. So after evacuating the building, he says some of the people attending the Halloween party at the Metropolitan started arguing.
They were fighting by that corner over there, and that's how it started.
It wouldn't take much longer after that before the shots rang out.
It's sad. It's sad because we don't know if the people come from this party or come from outside.
According to the sheriff's office, 4 people were shot. All of them were taken to local hospitals, and 1 is in life-threatening condition. While the sheriff's office says deputies heard shots ring out in the banquet hall, Arazo says that's not true, that it only happened in the parking lot.
I've been here for 10 years. And I never see anything like that.
We also talked with several businesses in the plaza where the banquet hall's located. And while none of them wanted to go on camera, each one had said this is the first time there's been a shooting like this in the area.
I don't want people to think that this business is always like that. We never had that type of accident.
As of this evening, no arrests have been made.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.